What if the reason so many people feel disappointed, anxious, or quietly angry after 70 isn't because life betrayed them, but because no one ever told them the truth about what aging actually demands? Let me ask you something uncomfortable. Why do some older adults feel more peaceful with fewer years ahead, while others feel more afraid, even though they finally have time? There's a mystery here, and it's not about health alone. It's about expectations colliding with reality. The early clues show up everywhere. People over 65 wait for happiness to return. They expect relationships to deepen automatically. They assume wisdom will replace effort. But something important is missing from that picture. And until it's named clearly, frustration grows. To understand why accepting a few harsh truths can actually lead to a happier old age, we have to follow the cause and effect timeline that brings people to this stage of life. It starts much earlier than most people think. The origins of the issue begin in early adulthood. Many people grew up believing life follows a predictable reward system. Work hard, raise a family, be responsible, and happiness will arrive later. Sociologists studying mid-century American life found that delayed gratification was sold as a promise, not a trade-off. People expected fulfillment to be automatic once obligations ended. The cause was cultural storytelling. The effect was unrealistic expectations about later life. Then changes start quietly in the 40s. Energy shifts. Health requires more attention. Relationships begin to thin as careers, caregiving, and stress take over. Research from long-term American life studies shows that friendships decline sharply in midlife, but most people don't notice yet. They assume connection will return later. At the same time, identity becomes tightly tied to roles. Job titles, parenting, being needed. These roles provide structure, meaning, and social feedback. This sets the stage for what happens next. The shift after 70, where reality diverges sharply from expectation. Roles fall away, careers end. Children build their own lives. Social circles shrink. The structure that once organized daily life disappears. Here's the twist most people never hear. Freedom without structure often feels like emptiness, not joy. This is the first harsh truth, though people don't name it yet. Happiness does not automatically arrive when responsibility leaves. Then comes the breaking point. For many seniors, it happens during a quiet moment. A morning with nothing scheduled, a phone that doesn't ring, a realization that people are polite but busy. According to American aging surveys, loneliness peaks not from lack of people, but from loss of meaningful roles. The cause is role loss. The effect is emotional pain that feels like failure. Now the fallout begins to spread. Health suffers when purpose fades. Studies from U.S. aging research show that lack of meaning increases depression, inflammation, and even mortality risk. Financial stress can grow as fixed incomes collide with rising costs. Lifestyle shrinks as confidence and motivation decline. This is when people start searching for fixes. They try to relive the past. They wait for family to fill the gap. They distract themselves with television. They assume sadness is just part of aging. These are failed fixes rooted in old advice that promised rest would bring happiness. It doesn't. Now let's name the 6 harsh truths, not as punishments, but as doorways to peace. The first harsh truth is this: no one is coming to save your happiness. Research on older adults consistently shows that those who wait for others to create joy feel more disappointed than those who take responsibility for it. Independence in old age is emotional, not just physical. The second harsh truth: relationships narrow, even if nothing went wrong. Friends move, people pass away. Interests diverge. This is not rejection. It's a natural outcome of time. The seniors who accept this and actively build new connections report higher life satisfaction than those who cling to old circles. The third harsh truth: your body will change no matter what, but decline accelerates when you stop engaging with it. American health data shows that inactivity and fear age the body faster than moderate disease. Accepting physical limits while still challenging capability is the balance most people miss. The fourth harsh truth: your children will not center their lives around you. And they shouldn't. Studies on family dynamics show that seniors who expect adult children to provide purpose feel more resentment and loneliness. Those who release that expectation often experience closer, healthier relationships. The fifth harsh truth: comfort can quietly destroy joy. When days become too safe, too predictable, and too passive, the brain loses stimulation. Neuroscience research shows that novelty and challenge protect cognitive health far more than comfort. And the sixth harsh truth, the one most people avoid: time feels faster now because it is more precious. This awareness can create fear, or it can sharpen meaning. Avoiding this truth leads to distraction. Accepting it leads to clarity. Now let's connect these truths to today. American surveys show a clear pattern. Seniors who accept reality early and adapt their behavior live happier, healthier lives than those who resist change. Acceptance reduces anxiety. It frees energy. It allows intentional living. The suspense question becomes clear. If these truths are unavoidable, why do some people suffer while others thrive? Here's the reveal. Suffering comes from fighting reality. Peace comes from aligning with it. When people accept that happiness requires action, they act. When they accept that relationships require effort, they reach out. When they accept that the body needs engagement, they move. When they accept that time is limited, they choose more carefully. Now let's talk about what you can do starting today. First, direct action. Create structure on purpose. Schedule your days with meaning, not busyness. One activity that challenges your mind, one that moves your body, one that connects you to someone else. Second, direct action. Invest in new roles, not old identities. Mentor. Volunteer lightly. Learn something unfamiliar. Research shows that purpose-driven engagement after 70 reduces depression and improves longevity. Third, direct action. Practice honest acceptance daily. Instead of saying this shouldn't be happening, say this is happening. How do I respond well? This mental shift lowers stress and increases resilience. Now the warning, grounded in evidence. Here is the clear warning. Denial and passivity in old age are strongly linked to faster physical, emotional, and cognitive decline. Waiting for life to feel meaningful again without taking action costs time you cannot replace. And here's the open thought to sit with. If accepting uncomfortable truths is the price of a peaceful old age, what truth have you been avoiding that might actually set you free? If this spoke to you, do like, comments, and share it with someone who's struggling silently with aging. And for the next chapter, where we talk about the one mindset shift that protects happiness after 80. Subscribe now so you don't miss what comes next.